Good morning. Send through the request, get this thing rolling. I've got my pup in here with me today. Puddles, you want to come say hi? Hi to the fans? Come on, up. There he is. So if you hear his little tip-tap toes, that's what's going on. All right, let's see. He will settle down in a second. I'm going to add in Danny here. Just give us a few seconds. I'm actually going to try to swipe away here and see if I could just get to my text. Cool. Give us a little bit. And once we get Danny on, we'll get rolling. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jess. I see you, ladies. Thanks for the love and support. Hello, aloha. Aloha. We're just waiting for Danny to come join in. Let's see. We're learning this Instagram live thing together today. Danny, myself, and his sister Tara. Awesome. Danny, I see you in here. I'm going to send the request through. Jess, I see you saying that you have audio issues. You can hear me okay? I just want to make sure it's not on my end. I think this is also a little delayed comments to my responses. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jess. Danny, I see your request. I'm trying to accept it. Let's just see. There we go. We can turn it sideways if you want to.
Yeah, because I'm charging my phone, so it doesn't stand up very well.
That's okay. Let's see. I think if I turn mine, then it will look pretty even. And then people could turn their phones.
All right.
Awesome. Danny, as always, I love seeing your smiling face. Ready to go.
Awesome. Exhibit. That. Hi.
Hi, friend.
And hi all.
Exclamation point. And hi, friend, and hi, all.
And hi all.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. So, Danny, if it's cool with you, I'm going to just share a little bit about how we ended up here, and then we'll get going with questions.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. So I do want to share, Danny, I love how you referred to me as your OT guru. That at Sunrise, we actually have my first staff member. She is my get it done guru. So I thought that was funny, and you know me with the synchronicities of the universe. But yeah, Danny and I get to spend some time together and work through all kinds of things. He teaches me every week. I teach him every week. And I just am honored, Danny, that you're taking the time. I know how much energy, and even for me, like getting ready for this, like I felt my energy revving up, and I know you know, and I'm so comfortable with you, but just the idea of it being live sometimes could be a lot of energy. So again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll try. We'll try to not. We'll try to not say. Say. We'll try not to say anything.
Mhm.
I think that.
Needs. I'll try to not say anything that needs bleeping.
Sleeping.
We keep it real regardless. What happens, happens, right? Oh, man. All right. So just so you know, I have the questions up on a computer screen here. So I am going to be looking back and forth. That's my little accommodation for myself. But let's get started with the first question. And Tara and Danny, you guys let me know if there's any point where we need to take a break or move our bodies at all. We'll do it together. But the first question is, I would love for you to tell me and our viewers about yourself and how you're connected to the neurodiversity community.
Okay.
Yes.
I prepared answers. So WILLRE. And so we'll read BUTTMIGHTNEEDTORE. But Tara might need to reread because I READSOFAS because I read so fast! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go, Dan.
That.
I am.
Autistic minimally and unreliably speaking autistic. I started spelling to communicate about 7 years ago, but I've only had a communication partner in my daily life for 2 years.
Let me read. I am a 36-year-old minimally and unreliably speaking autistic. I started spelling to communicate about 7 years ago, but I've only had a communication partner in my daily life for 2 years. Yeah.
That is my older sister Tara. I live in San Diego County, near where I grew up.
That is my older sister, Tara. I live in Escondido in San Diego County, near where I grew up.
I am so lucky to have an amazing family and a great community here in San Diego.
I'm so lucky to have an amazing family and a great community here in San Diego.
And I am involved in several initiatives for unspeaking autistic folks.
Mm-hmm.
This includes the Spellers and Others Advocacy Network for Ask the Anna Consortium here in San Diego, the deaf community in Arizona, and my own awareness and accepted efforts on social media.
Mm-hmm. And I am involved in several initiatives for non-speaking autistic folks. This includes the Spellers and Allies Advocacy Network for IASC, International Association for Spelling to Communicate, Spelling as Communication, the Ohana Consortium here in San Diego, the Teva community in Arizona, and my own awareness and acceptance efforts on social media. Anything else you want to add? SINCHANDACCESSTOSDP. Since having Tara and access to SDP, the Self-Determination Program here in San Diego, or California, I am WORKING. I'm working on my growth.
Work on my growth.
Mm-hmm. In many areas. M-O-T-O-R-A. Like motor. And, what do you want to say? N-D-P-H-Y-S-I-C-A-L-C-O-O-R-N-A-T. Like motor and physical coordination.
And
And THISISHOWINET. And this is how I met Aaron! Exclamation point.
with Erin.
That's right.
Dot.
Yeah, Danny, I am always so, I don't even want to say the word impressed because you, like, it's just an expectation at this point. It's just a part of who you are, of how driven you are to share your experiences, to connect with others and advocate. So the fact, like, even just hearing Tara, I know all those areas that you're involved just from knowing you, but like how long it took Tara to explain everything, even in a slower voice, so it's really awesome. And I am so grateful to have met you. And like I tell you every week, like, you are the highlight of my week. I love hanging out with you. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you.
Wow. Oh, yeah. You can speak, Tara. Wow, our OT time is SOHEINGINSONAY. Our OT time is helping me in so many ways. A, E, I, A, M.
And
I am SOLUCKYTOWOR. Okay, you got it. WINTNH.
to work.
And I'm so lucky
Yeah.
to work with you! Exclamation point.
We're just having a little love fest here. Sorry, guys.
Done.
Cool. All right. So I think that's a great segue. With all the things that you're working on, I also have learned so much about what you like to do, what you're learning to do, things that, you've already been doing and you have just shared with me. So if you want to share some of your favorite hobbies and pastimes, that'd be awesome to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you want to talk about your favorite hobbies and pastimes?
Yes.
SUR.
Sure.
All right. You want to go ahead and read?
Yes.
All right.
I absolutely love being here and in the ocean, and I am an avid snorkeler, swimmer, stand up by the border, and surfer.
That's a great speaker.
I love cooking with family and shaking. I do restaurants and coffee shops and reading food magazines.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love being near and in the ocean, and I am an avid snorkeler, swimmer, stand-up paddleboarder, and surfer. I love cooking with family and checking out new restaurants and coffee shops and reading food magazines.
I am also a writer with some work already published and many more to share.
I'm also a writer with some work already published and many more to share.
And I am studying to learn to paint, to play music, and to do yoga.
And I'm starting to learn to paint, to play music, and to do yoga.
Above all, I love being surrounded by love and family and friends.
Above all, I love being surrounded by love and family and friends. I am SOLUCK. I'm so lucky. In so many ways! Exclamation point.
Yeah, I could feel the gratitude. So many different, like a variety of hobbies, from cooking to the ocean to art, it's really cool. I always admired your passion for food and cooking because I think I've told you before, I just cannot cook for the life of me. So maybe you could start teaching me those skills.
EXACTO.
Exactly.
Exactly. FOODFORYGA. Food for yoga.
Good for yoga.
I love it. Sounds like a plan.
Exchange.
Oh man, awesome, awesome. All right. I would love to
Awesome. Done.
talk a little bit about sensory processing. You know that this is my passion. It's something that we all experience, and everyone experiences it differently. So I would love to hear what your perspective or experience with just that term, sensory processing, and what that means to you.
Anything you want to add before you read?
No.
Go ahead and read. Wow.
Wow, this is a huge question. I am so sensitive to sensory inputs from the outside world as well as within my body.
Wow, this is a huge question. I'm so sensitive to sensory inputs from the outside world as well as within my body.
This can be stressful and it can also be beautiful.
This can be stressful and it can also be beautiful.
The tricky thing is detangling the sensory inputs and sorting at what they mean and how I can adapt to them. What inputs might be linked to any discomfort or anxiety.
The tricky thing is detangling the sensory inputs and sorting out what they mean and how I can adapt to them and what inputs might be linked to any discomfort or anxiety.
And then getting my body to act on these inputs in a productive or sensible way is all the silence.
And then getting my body to act on these inputs in a productive or safe or sensible way is a whole other challenge.
For me, I need a lot of decompressive and busy activity exposed to stimulus.
For me, I need a lot of decompression time between activities and exposure to stimulus.
And I need some guidance from a support person to identify physical stressors because my intuition is so weak.
And I need some guidance from a support person to identify physical stressors because my interoception is so weak.
But I'm also be able to sit and see and auras that most people can experience as these discourses.
But I am also able to sense energy and auras that most people can't. And I experience synesthesia, which is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
No? Okay, I'm like holding bullet points in my mind right now. I feel like we could talk for hours about this, but I just want to highlight, I love how you chose the word untangle. That is, I've never heard it described using that word, and I feel like that is so true. Honestly, as an OT and as I'm reading body cues and signals and working with clients, that's exactly what in my mind I feel like I am trying to like untangle and connect the dots on what I'm processing about what the individual is processing. Also in my own self work, I too feel, I am untangling why did I just snap at my husband, or, why did my dog barking just set me off so much? So that's a really great word to describe it.
Yeah, go ahead. MINDFULNE. Mindfulness. HASBENSOHELPFUL. Mindfulness has been so helpful! Exclamation point.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like I've gotten to the point of incorporating so much mindfulness and yoga into my work because it's what has helped me process, whether it be sensory or mental health. And I know that sensory is so intertwined with mental health, like how we feel internally is impacted by how our brain or our emotions, our heart is feeling. So really good point about that mindfulness and tuning into that.
ITISAMATG.
It is amazing.
HWWNCHERATYAND. It is amazing how much therapy and OTHASHELP E D M Y R E G U L A T. Has helped my regulation! Exclamation point.
Mhm. Yeah. And as I always remind you, it's the
Dot,
therapy, it's the
dot.
work that you're doing, you know, the energy and the time that you're putting into and the dedication. Because what is that saying? You could lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So we could show you the tools and the strategies, but you're the one at the end of the day that
Um,
does the
um,
work.
Mhm.
I'm thirsty. Thirsty horse.
I am a thirsty horse! Exclamation point.
Dot, 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 dot.
You sure are. That was a good one, Danny. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Just a little check-in. Is there anything you need? Do you want to keep going? How are we feeling?
Yes.
That's
What do you want to say? K E E E G O I N G.
let's skip it.
Exclamation point. Let's keep going.
Dot, 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 dot.
All righty. Cool. So I'm going to bring it back to the advocacy. I am seeing lots of love in these comments. I think we'll both be able to read through them after we kind of come down from this, but there's a lot in here. People thanking you for your advocacy and loving following your account. So I think our next,
Oh, Erin, there's a question about mugs.
oh, that's right. That's Jess. So mugs and mornings. I did bring a special mug that made me think of you, Danny. It might be backwards, but it says it's official. You're awesome.
So AWESOM.
So,
So awesome!
exhibit.
Exclamation point.
Dot, dot, dot.
Really good.
HMMM.
Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot.
ICHUGGEDEMYTEARLIE. I chugged my tea earlier. That TARA.
What?
Tara SME. But Tara's mug is THEHP. Is the Harry Potter community by SSIGNEDTOHE. Is the Harry Potter mug I assigned to her! Exclamation point.
That's a great one. Oh,
I'm not even a Harry Potter fan, but we all get one.
I love it. I'm a new Harry Potter fan.
Exclamation point. Haha. I am such a FAN. Exclamation point. I'm such a fan.
I'm such a fan.
Oh man, I don't think I knew this, Danny. We're gonna have some new stuff to talk about. I just watched all of them, so it's all fresh in my mind. But cheers to that. And also, I had my tea this morning, so really what's in here is just water. So I'm faking you all out. Oh man. All right. Anything else you want to say before we move on to the advocacy question?
I am a ETHETEAFORE. I made the tea for Tara.
I made the tea for Tara.
I am THETEASTERINTHEHO. I am the tea master in the house, and no one ELSEISALLOWD. And no one else is allowed! Exclamation point.
That's great.
Dot.
That's your domain, no one else. I love it. Way to hold your ground.
ITISA. It is a COMPULSIO. It is a compulsion. BUTNOTTOOHARA. but not too harmful. ANDTHEFAMILYHUMORSM. And the family humors me! Exclamation point.
Yeah. Thank you for highlighting that there is a component under there that, it's a compulsion. However, compulsions don't always need to be redirected. I think that's another big neurodiversity mindset of, learning the compulsions that, are not worth the energy trying to fight, essentially, for lack of better words. So thank you for highlighting that.
OTALLY.
Totally.
Totally. After Y, exclamation point.
All right, cool. Let's circle back. So like I was saying, you are highly involved in advocacy and education about the meaning of non-speaking or minimally speaking and unreliably speaking individuals. So would you please share a bit about what this means to you and any ways our listeners can become more involved in this advocacy and allyship?
This is a long answer.
This is a long answer! Exclamation point. Well, go ahead and start, dude. Hi.
I am unable to reliably use speech to communicate, and what my mouth says on its own is usually not what I mean.
I'm unable to reliably use speech to communicate, and what my mouth says on its own is usually not what I mean.
This is due to apraxia.
This is due to apraxia.
But the real meaning is that my peers are often marginalized and without access to meaningful education and opportunities.
But the real meaning is that my peers are often marginalized and without access to meaningful education and opportunities.
You're able to communicate via means that's ability to communicate, and it is operating up to inefficiency for us.
We are able to communicate via means like spelling to communicate, and this is opening up new universes for us.
My love is so absolutely immensely better with communication.
My life is so absolutely immensely better with communication.
Outside of the broader use of this love opening approach is discarded and frankly unscientific skepticism among some high-profile organizations who do not seem to care about our actual well-being.
A challenge for the broader use of this life-opening approach is misguided and frankly unscientific skepticism among some high-profile organizations who do not seem to care about our actual well-being.
But we try to focus on raising awareness of this approach and these perspectives and experiences of spectators like me.
But we try to focus on raising awareness of this approach excuse me, and the needs, perspectives, and experiences of spellers like me.
And these include access to communities in education, building communities where we can thrive, and there are patients still trapped in silence.
And these include access to communication and education, building communities where we can thrive, and helping our peers still trapped in silence. Allies?
Others can amplify our forces, also to build and through personal dynamics and donate to organizations like Ask that actually support our priorities.
Allies can amplify our voices on social media and through personal networks and donate to organizations like IASC, International Association for Spelling as Communication, that actually support our priorities.
They can learn more by reading speller authors like me are.
They can learn more by reading speller authors like me.
And Aoki Higashida and Ado Gator, others.
And Naoki Higashida and I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Kedar?
Ado?
Kedar, okay, and many others.
Neuroclassic has a great directory of non-speaking blogs and speeches.
Neuroclassic has a great directory of non-speaker blogs and pieces. Anything you want to add? N-O-T, okay. Not now.
Not love.
Okay.
I just felt like doing this the whole time, like, yes, yes, yes. So yeah, thank you for sharing such great resources too. Neuroclassic has been a huge area of learning for me. I'm subscribed to their email list, follow them on social media. So definitely, if anyone listening is not following them, excuse me, go check them out, see how you could support,
They,
and any of the other people
they
that
are
Danny mentioned.
so
Mm-hmm.
they're so good at
Do you? They, Neuroplastic, are so good at including non-speaker voices! Exclamation point.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. That was
that that
a
that
long answer, but a good answer. You know, that it needed to be long to kind of encompass everything. I know these
uh,
are some big
what
questions.
kind of
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I had a little
uh,
tickle in my throat. I thought I was gonna start coughing, but I'm good.
start coughing?
All right, let's see. We have about, I think I'm going to skip over the next. Actually, no, I don't want to. If you're feeling good, I think we could keep doing it. How are you doing? Both of you.
Yes, it's so yes, it's so good. It's so good. That's so good. Let's hang out.
Uh-huh.
Like as long as possible.
Exclamation point. Let's hang out as long as possible.
That.
Cool. We'll hang out here all day. All right. So, we've been talking a lot about neurodiversity.
Okay.
And this, I feel personally, being in the field for a bit now, I feel like we're in this big movement time. I think it started probably about a year ago, but I don't know. That's like my feels. I'm just curious what your thoughts are about the neurodiversity and inclusion movement. Like there are the access on social media and hashtags of, you know, neurodiversity or neurodivergent, and accounts. There's just so many ways to learn about it. And for me, I feel so excited that there's so many resources to learn from.
So
But I'm curious
excited.
about your
Go
perspective
ahead.
on it.
I feel
Go ahead. Okay.
Sorry.
I feel so
That's
new
okay.
to this movement, but I can say that it is so exciting and full of brilliant people.
I feel so new to this movement, but I can say that it is so exciting and full of brilliant people.
I do. There's a lot of conflict and a tendency toward dogmatic discourse. This is a sim and a barrier to broader participation.
I do sense a lot of conflict and a tendency toward dogmatic discourse, which is a shame and a barrier to broader participation.
And those speakers are
You got it.
often taught as our communication is so more intensive.
And non-speakers are often drowned out as our communication is slower and more energy intensive.
So there is a need for more compassion and mindfulness in the movement, and I think that is to propose human endeavors.
So there is a need for more compassion and mindfulness in the movement, and I think that is true of most human endeavors.
I'm so grateful for those leading this movement.
I'm so grateful for those leading this movement.
Awesome. Go ahead.
THATISMY. That is my TWCENTS. Exclamation. That is my 2 cents.
It's about 2 cents.
A really valuable,
Awesome. Exhibit.
really valuable 2 cents. The idea of dogma and some of that stuff that comes into it is, you know, I think for someone that doesn't experience it in myself, but alongside those that I consider myself an ally to, it's like, yes, this is awesome. This is so great that it's out there. But I think I've even overlooked that in any kind of movement, there's going to be those kinds of energies associated around it. But like you said, the fact that the movement is happening is great. And I think there's no way to prevent some of that. But really good insight on the non-speaking or non-reliable speaking component.
So,
I'm so appreciating EPL people L-I-K-E, like, Y-O-U-W-H-O. People like you who
People like you.
A-M-U-L-I-Y. After Y, O-U-R, you got it, B-O-I-C. Who amplify our voices, exclamation point.
The forces. Exclamation what?
Yeah, you got it.
Dot, dot, dot.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's see. All right. The next one is just kind of an open question. If there was anything that I didn't specifically ask, but anything else you'd like to share or advocate to for those tuning in?
MMM.
Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
How much? How much?
How much time do question? How much time do we have?
How much time do you have?
Question mark.
Really? Yeah.
Dot, dot, dot.
Honestly, as much as we need. I'm here
Honestly.
for as long as you need today. So whatever feels good.
What do you want to say? Okay. Okay. And I. Kidding. ALLIWA. And you got it. TOSA. Y. And all I want to say now, ISTO, is to PRESU. Eat is to presume, sorry, is to presume. COMP. Is to presume competence. After EINNONSPEAKER. Sorry, was that an I or an E, honey? I in non-speaking.
Non-speaking.
AUTISTIC. In non-speaking autistics. ANDTHATMNEANS. And that means after S, and that means you're okay, you're doing great, honey. And that means SOMUCH. That means so much. BEYONDJUST. That means so much beyond just SCHOOLO, school, or THEABILITY. You're doing great.
Yes.
T for the ability to see. OMMUNICAT for the ability to communicate. ITMEANS. It means SOMUCH. It means so much. AND. Okay, you got it. AND INCLUDE. And includes INTEREST INTHEWORLD. It includes interest in the world around us. And ESIRETOMAKATI. And desire to make a difference. And to NEWTHIN. And to try new things.
Go do things.
ANDTOGROW. And to grow as PE. You got it. Oh, grow as PEO. To grow as people.
Grow as people.
and to be seen as complete,
and
and C, O, N, P, O, and complex, H, U, N, A, N. Complete and complex humans, exclamation point.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, as humans, as lovable and capable and competent. Yeah, I have nothing really to add to that.
answer.
Handsome too, exclamation point.
Accepted.
True, I forgot that one. Uh, so good, Danny. This is definitely filling my cup.
W A N T I N G O A D C O C A. You got it. I'm also wanting to advocate for and S T E A K I N G A U T I S T I C for non-speaking autistics of H A B E A C C E S S T O E H E R A to have access to therapy. ASMANY O F U S H A B E S O N. As many of us have so much TRAU, so much trauma.
Not so much trauma.
You got it. YEARSOFBEING. From years of being trapped, exclamation point, from years of being trapped.
That.
Yeah. Thank you for highlighting that piece because that is,
All right.
like we said earlier, the emotional and our nervous system state and sensory, it's all tangled together, all twisted together. And we have to kind of work through it piece by piece. So thank you for highlighting that.
It is so important.
It is so important. That.
Yeah.
Not.
Right. Speaking of
Speaking of
mental health and working through traumatic experiences and just, whatever it is that you're working through, at Sunrise, my whole thing is about supporting individuals in rising and shining as their best self. It's not about, changing who they are as an individual. It's not about fitting them into a mold or anything like that. It's about, how do we get in touch with the best version of ourselves and show up that way as much as we can. So that leads us to our next question. Is there one strategy or tool that you use to allow yourself to rise and shine as your best self? So for me, it's spending time by the ocean, meditating, things like that.
me too.
Me too. I guess my more daily and my more daily thing is that
The thing is that
after tea is that what do you want to say after tea? I try to TAKETIMEANDENERG. I try to take time and energy. THECKINLOVEN. Try to take time and energy to check in on my loved ones. And S-H-O-N-N-E-C-T-I, and reaffirm that connection and S-H-O-W-M-I-L-O-T, and show my love and R-E-C-I-A-T, and appreciation
and
and T-O-S-H-O-W-T-T-O-M-I-S-E, and show that to myself.
to myself.
T-O-O, exclamation point. Show that to myself.
Dot, dot, dot.
Oh, yeah, what a good reminder. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. You know what, that for me, that just hit home of sharing with my loved ones, checking in on them, sharing my love and appreciation of them. And I think I tend to get so wound up in doing things and achieving things and learning and all the things that we talk about, and it's growing
learning.
as an individual. And it's so important that through that we are
It's
also
so
slowing down and
important.
grounding and connecting with those around us. So that was
Connected
beautiful.
around us.
C-H-E.
Hey,
Uh-huh. They are my ecosystem.
and hey,
Take A-R-E-O-S-I-T. And I want to take care of it.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
dot, dot, done.
What a way to say it. Yes. So good. All right. So, I'm like trying to pull questions out of my brain so we could just keep hanging out. But I do plan, Danny, you're going to be tagged in this post. I will tag any advocacy networks or foundations that you mentioned. I will also try to put in there the link to your Leo in Bloom. But is there anything you want to share about where people can kind of learn more about you or connect with you further?
Dot this.
T-A-R-A-E-L-E-A-S-E.
So, please.
Okay, and my personal assistant role, huh? R-I-G-H-T. Right. Exclamation point. So he said, Tara, please.
Dot, dot, dot.
All right. So he's got his website is dannywithwords.com, no punctuation or spaces. His Facebook page and Instagram account, obviously.
Instagram account, obviously.
But they're both Danny with Words.
Danny with Words.
And this online project, Leo in Bloom, it's a way to feature his voice and his peers' voices about the experience of life after spelling. And the tagline is "As We Bloom in Words." And we do have a podcast that is on a very long pause, but we have 3 episodes that we're going to actually put out this month. So Leo and Bloom is on pause this month while we get that started. And Danny wrote, I am always happy to hear from people, so please join me and reach out if you like.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
What? Well done.
Thank you. So well done.
Oh man, and I'm sorry, Tara. I hear your voice, but we don't see you over there. If you want to give a little quick, yeah, your wing woman.
Anything else you want to say, Dave? THANKYOUSONUCHERI. Thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you so much, Erin. I love this.
I loved this.
Eh?
Exclamation point.
Awesome. Exclamation. Dot, dot, dot.
Thank you. You're a rock star for getting all those questions organized,
Everybody
being on top
knows
of it,
that.
on top of everything else you're doing. So thank you for taking the time. I'm so happy I got to see you this week. We were off this week, so this kind of filled my bucket.
Yeah.
My Danny
See you.
bucket.
See you on. See you on Monday.
Exclamation point. See you on Monday.
All right. See you guys. Have a beautiful weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.